Peace world, thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. Heck of a day. Earlier today, the Will Smith remix dropped. Let me back up. My name is Wood. Please hit the subscribe button if you like the way that anything is being broken down or discussed here on the channel. Hit that like button, leave a comment, share. Any kind of engagement would be greatly appreciated. Look, new joint today from Big Ghost Unlimited and Conway the Machine. What's new? More Griselda material. These two were part of a project back at the end of 2015. It was called Hall and Nash. It featured the two brothers, Conway the Machine, alongside Westside Gunn, and several of the Benny was on there, so on and so forth. It's a pretty dope project. Big Ghost, although I'm not a fan of the name, messing, kind of moving into Ghostface territory, but it is what it is. But I like his sound pretty much. I guess he used to be a blogger of some kind and on some different platforms, and then went over into production and has some different projects out there. But again, I was just familiar with the Hall and Nash Griselda Ghost from September 2015 was when that was released. So look, man, this new joint, No One Mourns the Wicked. I started seeing the artwork on Conway's Instagram page. It's a skeleton or a skull. It's kind of like an upper body, and it kind of has the twisted mouth, like it's Conway's skull or skeletal remains and whatnot. I think he might have a bucket cap on, a fisherman's cap, and some jewelry on and whatnot. So I dig the album cover artwork is dope. No One Mourns the Wicked, solid title and whatnot. So I was like, let me check this out, and it doesn't disappoint. If you're a fan of Griselda, you're probably satisfied. If you are kind of like Team Conway, with him being the illest dude on the team, or just the new voice in like East Coast hip hop, I won't argue that. I'm still kind of more leaning towards Benny personally. His flow and whatnot just works for me a little and stands out to me a little bit better. But I wouldn't waste a lot of energy arguing that Conway isn't a big dog in this thing. But let's get into the album. 9 songs, an intro. I thought it was a clever intro. I'm not sure what movie it comes from, but it's something about family secrets. It opens the project nicely. Just some notes. The second track is called Dead Flowers. I just had kind of a gritty. All these beats are pretty much gritty. This one is guitar based. Dead Flowers, he's basically distinguishing himself from cats who have obviously watched a lot of Narcos. He mentions that in his verses or in his verse, and he's just talking about how he's really lived what he's talking about. Decent song. Track number 3 is Icon, another real sinister beat. Icon is a pretty solid song. Maybe in the upper half. If I had to rank it, I would probably put it at 4 or 5 or something. Fake Love is track 4. Real solid verse to open up the song from El Camino. He just letting you know that he was a very successful hustler before he started rhyming. Tupac reference, quick, backstory on who he is, what he's about. I like the sample in this one. It's something kind of old sounding and that old soul. And then Conway comes in and just talks about how he's disappointed. Fake Love, I kind of didn't really associate it with Drake, with his Fake Love song. But he's basically disappointed in how others have chosen to accept his stardom, and his rise, and just reminding folks that he spreaded love, on his way up. And he's just disappointed that there doesn't seem to be any reciprocity there from the guys he's observing. 5 is called Shark Guts. Very weird song. It's kind of chopped and screwed with the vocals. And it's just bragging kind of on the catalog of everybody on the team and just saying that everything, that they've dropped is a classic. I do always salute these guys for their work ethic. And it's kind of remarkable, learning about them maybe 3 years ago, maybe 3.5, maybe even 2016. I might have heard of West Side Gun at that point. But when you go back and think about some of the projects in the series that they have with the Hitler series from West, Food from Khan, the Tana Talks from Benny and whatnot. So just a ton of the discography is mean. But that's Shark Guts. Track 6 is Brixton Murals. This is the longest song on the album. It's over 4 minutes. It's got a nice line in there, something about even in Canada he became a champion like Kawhi did. It comes back again with something, you stay away from beef, you on a vegan diet. And then halfway through the song, there's a change up of the beat, and it finishes out with a different sound. He drops a Klitschko reference in there. Me, I do a lot of boxing talk, and it's actually boxing is mentioned I think there's about 3 boxing references throughout over the 9 songs. But Brixton Murals is probably a number 3 for me, maybe, in my favorite songs. Next is another interlude. It's called Rich Porter. It's a discussion about Rich Porter. Rich Porter was a single or one of the songs on the Griselda Ghost project. Nothing too special there. And then number 8 and number 9 to close out the album. For me, number 8 is probably when the album really gets started for me, which is odd because it's getting ready to end on the next track. But track number 8 is called SDLN, Streets Don't Love Nobody. And so it kind of an ill piano sample, maybe the best beat on the album, in all honesty. It's basically just street tales, some storytelling a little bit here. I said the streets don't love nobody. He has a reference in there, something about somebody getting killed or somebody's cousin getting killed, like Harold and Menace. But like I said, it might be the best song on the joint, unless you want to go with the 9th song, which is called Sicarios, which features Flea Lord. I didn't do a review of Flea Lord's Lucky 13 album, but I do kind of like what the kid is doing. And I think, Flea is a nice change of pace to his energy, kind of this 90s Onyx voice that he's doing, that he has. I don't know if he's manipulating his voice to get it like that, or it's just kind of the intensity that he raps with, and it kind of naturally happens. So, but Flea Lord comes in and adds some good energy. Like I said, breaks it up a little bit. Khan finishes it up. He has a little run in there playing on, he says something about my young chick looking like a young Sanaa Lathan, and said I'm ringside watching Tank Davis. But basically, just talking about just more street talk, more street tales. But that's another nice beat on there. Like I said, my top songs would probably be 8 and 9 for me are kind of somewhat interchangeable. SDLN and Sicarios 1 and 2. Then I'll probably go with Fake Love, and then maybe Brixton Murals, and then Icon and Dead Flowers. So it's a nice build to the project in terms of it finishing strong. I like the way it's sequenced pretty much. Coming what, a month and a half later than the Lulu project with the Alchemist. I don't think it outdoes Lulu, but it's pretty solid. And I like the like I said the cover artwork. Like I said, if you're a huge Conway fan, it probably works for you. I don't even really want to give it a score. It's just very solid. I listened to it about 4 times a day. It dropped May 15th, which is today. And, it's just continuing the Griselda run. So like that, I don't have much else to add. Solid project. I'll probably rock out to it a little bit more. I went back and spent a little bit more with Pray for Paris. Wes is a lot bigger on that album than I am on it. Not that I hate it, but it's really not separating itself for me personally. But anyway, let me get on out of here. Again, my name is Wood. Thanks for checking in with me. If you want to leave any comments, let me know what your favorite joints are on there, favorite verses or whatever. Anybody steals the show, let me know. Peace. Oh, like I always finish this thing. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Peace.